Hello, this is me, Avery Cryptid666, and I'm making a video where I answer questions that have been sent to me on my Tumblr blog by my internet friends. These questions have been sent to me by several anonymous users. Tumblr user Sarah Thrandolph, Tumblr user Rowan Bartcore, Tumblr user Fantasy Sissy, Tumblr user Dylan Non-Binary Incubus, and I believe that's it. Okay, so the questions are, I have them written down in my sketchbook. I gotta find them. I should have had it open before. Okay, number 4. What is the most expensive thing you have ever bought? I think the most expensive thing that I spend my money on is tattoos. And I think the most expensive tattoo that I've ever got is probably the sky, because it's the biggest tattoo that I have. If I get more money at any point in the future, I'll probably get a bigger and more expensive tattoo, because I love to cover my body in the pictures. So, number 12, do you have a particular song that you feel deeply? Yes, I have lots of them. I love the jams. I have them written down as well, because I love to be organized, I guess. I really like You're Bitter by the Max Bean Ensemble. I find it very relatable. I Am Bitter. The Moon Will Rise by Ghost Mice is like one of my all-time, like, it's about me, man. It's about loving the forest, and I love the forest. But in a angry way. I don't know, it's really relatable to me. Now by St. Vincent. I really do as well. I feel like, I don't know, it's a little more like vague and like abstract sounding, but it's one that I really feel in terms of my relationships to other people, and probably, I guess, like more unhealthy relationships to other people, like toxic friendships I've had, or toxic relationships I've had. People tend to sort of, I don't know, expect a lot from me and put a lot of weird stuff onto me, so I think that's sort of what I get out of that song. I don't know. And I don't know, I don't know if St. Vincent is neurotypical or not, but a lot of her music, it gives me a lot of the good brain weird feels, and that's one of those too. So, yeah, I don't know anything about her personal life, but I do know I find a lot of her songs really relatable as a neurotypical person. So, and I also really like the entire new album by Grimes. She does a lot of really interesting things with her voice, I think, in terms of doing like conventionally attractive like baby voice stuff, but really like overdoing it to the point where it's kind of like scary and repulsive. So I think that's like super cool aesthetically, and also kind of reminds me of a lot of the stuff Nicki Minaj used to do, like vintage Nicki Minaj, I guess. She's been more like minimalist lately, but like I feel like Nicki used to do that like with her makeup and stuff. Like if you look at the video for Stupid Ho, she does a lot of like with the big eyes and stuff. I don't know. I think Grimes does that with her music a lot, which I think is really interesting. And yeah, so I really like the new Grimes album. Both that I find it relatable and that I find it very aesthetically cool. It's an aesthetic I dig. Especially Laughing and Not Being Normal, which is the first song, Kill View Mame, and Butterfly, I think are my 3 favorites off that album. And King of Carrot Flowers by Neutral Milk Hotel, I think is another one of my like all-time most feeling it in my heart songs. And also like Everything by Andrew Jackson Jihad and My Chemical Romance. Sorry for being an emo loser, but Gerard Way gets me. 13, talk about a time in your life when you have felt the most alive. I think probably right now, actually, which is really great. I think I was like really out of it for most of my life, because trauma, man, it messes with you. So Yeah, I think, especially when I was younger, I was dissociating most of the time, and now I'm dissociating pretty much none of the time. So that's really good. I think probably now is the time of my life where I'm most alive. So that's really nice. Favorite part of your personality? That's a good question. I think I'm dedicated to things and people. Like if I have someone I care about, I really want to like take care of them and protect them and stuff. And if there's something that I'm passionate about, I'll work really hard on it. So I think that's my favorite thing about little me. My least favorite part of my personality, which is question 14. I think my least favorite part of my personality, which I've been trying to work on, is, and I feel like this is probably a common, like, autism feel, but I think it's also just something that I specifically have a problem with. I think if I'm not interested in something, this is kind of the reverse of the previous one, but if I'm not interested in something, it's really hard for me to be motivated to work on it. Like chores or English essays or stuff like that. Like I get very like, I guess I'll never do that, and I'll just die. So I can have a lot of trouble getting motivated to do things that I'm not passionate about. My favorite quote. I don't really have that many like favorite quotes because I feel like a lot of quotes are really serious, and I don't really take myself too seriously. So a lot of time when I hear like deep quotes, I'm like, oh yeah, live, laugh, love. Like, oh, it's really deep. It's not that deep. I really do like the dying is easy, living is harder from Hamilton. I do think that is one of my faves. I've been getting really into Hamilton recently, which is kind of dorky, but it's really good. So I really like that. I also like skate or die. You either skate or you die. Words to live by. What did people say about you in high school? It's just that's school, but I'm gonna talk about high school because I'm in school right now and I don't know what people are saying about me right now. So in high school, people said I was gay. I am gay. So they were right. If you bullied me in high school, surprise, I am in fact a homosexual. You were right. And they said I was like weird looking, which I was. I was also weird looking. The people who bullied me in high school were very astute, is what I'm getting at. They really read me like a book. So weird gay. What did you say about people in high school? Oof. I don't remember a lot of high school, but I do remember that I took the piss out of people a lot for not being a real goth, which is hilarious now. But at the time, I would see someone, like my friends and I would see someone, I remember this actually distinctly, like we saw this girl and she was wearing like, oh god, what was that band that was really bad? Avenged Sevenfold. She was wearing like an Avenged Sevenfold t-shirt, but she had like blonde hair that was straightened and like not dyed. Any fun color, like she looked like a prep. Right? And we were all like, oh my god, she's not even like a really goth. she doesn't understand anything about our subculture. So that was yeah, I mostly said that people were preps and stuff like that, and I didn't use the word sheeple, but I did a lot of being like, oh, everyone is a cog in the capitalist machinery. I was really delightful in high school, and I'm glad I'm not that person anymore, and I've chilled the fuck out. Next page in the sketchbook of things I've written down that I'm answering for this. What were your aspirations at 5, 10, 15, and 18? These are really nice questions. Thank you guys for saying these to me. I'm having a lot of fun. At 5, jokes on 5-year-old me. Turns out I actually really hate traditional painting. So, suck at 5-year-old me. Traditional painting's really boring. But I guess I am some variety of an artist now. So I was kind of right. At 10, I wanted to be a marine biologist. Yeah, I do really love marine animals a lot. I really love marine animals a lot. But it turns out that being a marine biologist isn't just kissing sharks all the time, which is really what I wanted to do. So if there is a job description that's just like you get to hang out with sharks and give them little cheek kisses, I would love to do that. But being a marine biologist involves doing like a lot of math, and writing down a lot of things, and doing a lot of stuff that's actually really boring. Yeah, I'm glad that I didn't go into biology. I was close though. I stuck with that for a while. At 15, I think I wanted to be like an illustrator of some kind. I probably just wanted to draw. Like I was really into doing horror illustration when I was 15. I probably just wanted to draw tentacle porn. Really, if we're being real and honest, I probably just wanted to draw tentacle porn at age 15. At age 18, I wanted to crawl into the soft earth and never leave. 18 was when I had graduated from high school, but I was taking a few years off for disability reasons, and to recover emotionally from being in high school. I really, really did not enjoy high school. I went to like an art high school, and it kind of made me hate doing art. So I was really against the idea of going to school any further. So I was trying to find like a career I could do that didn't involve any type of higher education. So I was like, maybe I'll be a tattoo artist because you just do an apprenticeship for that. I was really not into the idea of going to school anymore. I am going to school now, and I'm digging it. So like I'm going to school for animation, those of you who aren't aware, at Sheridan, and I'm having a lot of fun, even though it's like the Dark Souls of art programs. But I'm having a really good time. So I like doing a lot of work. So, are you comfortable accepting compliments? I think for the most part, I think I've gotten a lot better at it, which is A+. Yeah, I think I'm okay as far as the compliment acceptors go. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm great or anything. Do you like your laugh? I think my laugh is funny. Like, I don't think my laugh is, like, particularly, like, when I'm, like, really laughing at something, I don't think it's, like a cute, charming laugh. Like, it's like a, like, I, like, retract my face into my neck, and I, like, laugh from my stomach a lot. Like, it's, yeah. So, it's, like, really silly sounding in a way that I think is funny. So, and then, like, everyone's laughing, and I'm laughing, and then people laugh more because my laugh is so ridiculous. So, I like it. Favorite movies. I do really like Quentin Tarantino. I'm always a slut for Tarantino. I like him even though he looks like a little goblin man, and I find his sex life equally fascinating and repulsive. I do really like him as a director, as far as directing styles go. I have a lot of trouble watching live action films. For some reason, like, they really make me crazy. But I do genuinely enjoy watching Tarantino's films, even though they can range on the long side as far as feature-length films go. But I do really enjoy his directing style and the way he writes, even though he's a bad little man. I do really like Quentin Tarantino's films. I really like Amelie. She's autistic. Fun fact about Amelie from Amelie. I don't know if anyone else who's on the spectrum has seen Amelie and you also found it incredibly relatable, hit me up. I also think it's just like a beautiful movie. It's I don't know. That's how I want to live my life. I really like it. I got a low power thing. Okay. Other I really, Tech on Concrete is my all-time favorite film. It's animated, and it is so unbelievably good. It's the most inspirational thing I've ever seen. It's definitely the closest to the type of media that I would like to make as a content creator. So if any of you haven't seen Tech on Concrete, I would really, really highly recommend it. It's a beautiful, amazing movie, and it changed my life. And this is obviously, I'm just going through my favorite movies. I'm like, and this person's autistic, but the two main characters, I think, are relatable to me again, in terms of the brain words. The character Black, I think, is, I don't know if he's intended to be like on the schizo spectrum, but that's how I interpreted it. So it's really good. And just like aside from all that, it's genuinely just amazing. The animation is wonderful. The layout design is wonderful. The plot's wonderful. It's amazing. Again, I would, such a high recommendation to Tech on Concrete. And I really like everything Studio Ghibli has ever done. Fave people, all my friends and my partners. You're all beautiful darlings. And the final question, which is not on like the Ask Me thing, but it's just a question I got, was are there any characters, like main characters or protagonists, in my webcomic that have not been introduced yet? And the answer to that is yes. Yes, a lot. It's like Game of Thrones up in this bitch. But yeah, so there are a lot, but they're not showing up for a while, so don't get too excited. Yeah. Okay, I think those are all the questions I have for today. And I will talk to you all later. You're all snazzy. Have a good night.